boys. So after yesterday's episode of me giving away some free stuff to free-to-play players, a lot of them asked me to bring out some YouTube guides on how they can make money, or the different stuff that they can do in free-to-play. So today's guide is going to be mainly based around making money for a bond, different things that you can do in free-to-play. This content today is not targeted at players that have been around a while or know a lot about the game. This is targeted at new players and free-to-play players that aren't too sure about how to make some money. And I hope this helps. If you do like it, smash a thumbs up. Enjoy. So one of my favourite forms of money making as a free-to-play player will be in Al-Kharid. Most of you will know where this is. You can get here from Lumbridge if you cross the bridge and pay 10 GP to go through the gate. You can get down here. Alternatively, you can walk down from Varrock and come through the hole in the fence here and walk straight down. Now once you're here, obviously you'll be at the bank. Now what we're going to be doing today is making gold bars into gold necklaces. You need 6 crafting, I believe. Let's just have a quick look. 6 crafting. I have worked out the timings already, so from the bank to here takes about 10 seconds. Obviously including banking, etc., you can add a few seconds on. You then use the gold bar on the furnace and click make all. It takes 2 seconds per gold necklace, and you make 60 GP profit per necklace as well. I've worked out that at max efficiency you can make yourself around 81k GP an hour, which is nice. You do need a little bit of starting cash, so you can buy the gold bars, but I mean you can buy 1,000 of them for less than like 7k or something, so it's definitely worth doing. This is probably my favourite free-to-play money making method, as it is AFK, and if you have got another account that you're playing on, you can go and play on that whilst doing this and make yourself some easy money. So you make yourself around 80k GP an hour, which is nice, and obviously there's no requirements apart from 6 crafting. So just a side note, in regards to the necklace molds that we used to make the gold necklaces earlier, it cost me 5 GP from the shop and it sells for 101 GP. So that's another money making method that we can talk about. Looking at prices in the shops and prices in the Grand Exchange, you can go and use some of the little coins you have to buy items, whether it be a necklace mold. I think hammers work and stuff like that as well. It costs a very small amount of GP to buy, and you can go and sell it in GE for a bit more. So that's definitely worth thinking about. Moving on to the next method though. So to elaborate on the last thing I just said, making money from the necklace mold, from buying it for 5 GP and selling it for 101, that actually works all across Runescape at all different types of shops, whether you're buying steel arrows and for a small amount and selling them to the GE, whether you're buying chisels, hammers, buckets, etc. There is profit to be made in it, however not not a huge amount, and it's a lot of banking required. But probably the best method will be buying runes. So you want to be going to buy chaos packs and death runes. You'll make quite a bit of money off that. Obviously when you go there, there'll be maybe I think it's 35 chaos packs in stock. Don't just buy all 35, because you'll find that the cost per pack increases with the lower amount that is in the shop. So the best thing to do for yourself would be to buy 3 or 4 chaos packs and then hop to a different world and continue that. It can be quite botted, so if the magic shop in Varrock is being used, you can actually come down to just west of Draenor. There's another rune shop in Port Sarim, which is another option, and there should be less people there, especially during the week. There's a lot less bots and people online, so you have yourself a little bit more freedom. Definitely something to think about though if you just want some easy money. Walking from the East Bank, or running if you've got the energy, running past the Falador party room and down into the mining area, which is in this building here. What you do is you'll not open the door and climb down, and if you run over here, you'll actually be able to find yourself some iron ores. What you're going to do is you're going to mine these. These are pretty easy to mine. They're very quick, and depending on your mining level and what pickaxe you're using, the times really do vary, so I can't give you an accurate GP per hour, but we've just mined 2 there. They're worth almost 100 GP each. You can probably do quite a few inventories of these per hour, so it's definitely a decent way to make money. I'm going to say you can make each inventory is obviously going to make you around 2.7k. which is pretty decent, and it'll probably take you between 1 and sort of 3 minutes, including banking, etc. So definitely something to think about if you do want to get your mining up and make a little bit of extra money. Obviously not too AFK, but it's definitely an option. So the next money making method does require a bit of a higher skill. This is going to be wood cutting. Now what you're going to need is 60 wood cutting for this. However, it is very AFK and quite good money as well for a free to play player. In regards to getting 60 mining, I'd advise if you start off in Lumbridge. Let's go down here, zoom out a little bit. You start off in Lumbridge, and you're going to want to walk through the forest over to Draenor village, and behind the bank, most of you probably know already, but there are willow trees here. So Lumbridge, where you start off, and you walk around the building through to Draenor, and all the different trees are here. You've got normal trees, which you'll be wanting to cut until 15 wood cutting. From 15 wood cutting, you cut oak trees until 30, and then from 30 to 60 you cut willow trees. All of these that you can bank and use at a later date. Now starting up in Falador, which isn't too much of a walk from where you were, starting off at the bank here, you want to walk down, and where these tree spots are, you'll see yew trees. Now I'll just walk down for you anyway, just to show you where they are. If we keep running down, again this will depend on your wood cutting level and your the axe that you're using, but there are yew trees over there. There's one here. So with a bronze axe at 71 wood cutting, it might take a little while to get a log. However, if you get yourself a rune axe, which I believe is around 7k, it'll make it a lot quicker. And even a rune axe at 60 wood cutting will probably be quicker than a bronze axe at 71. Now I can't give you an accurate GP per hour, however this is very AFK. If you do manage to get 60 wood cutting, you can just sit here with a rune axe, cut down the yew trees, and I'll be back once we've got one. So there we go, we've just got a U-log. It's worth 333 GP. Depending on whether you've got a rune axe or your wood cutting level, it will vary on how long it'll take. What I can tell you though is if you are just wanting to cut U-logs to get a bond, you'll have to cut between 8,000 and 8,500. You get yourself 175 XP per logs, which means you'll actually be getting 1.4 million XP to 1.5 million XP. So that'll boost you up close to closing in on 80 wood cutting, which means once you do become a member, you'll be able to start cutting magic logs. So definitely a good way to go if you're wanting to make some money and get yourself a bond. So the next money making method that we'll be looking at today is killing hill giants. Now what you're going to need is a brass key. Forget about the rest of the stuff in my inventory. So I'd advise bringing a little bit of food as well. Any sort of food will do. What you're going to do is you're going to run down from Edgeville. So Edgeville is located, let me just make sure we don't run away. Edgeville is located west of the GE. Now if you're free to play, you can't use the shortcut, so you'll probably have to walk up this way, or alternatively you can walk this way. What we're going to do is we're actually going to go down into this trap door here, climb down. Now although there is some wilderness here, some of it you can get through. Now I think that this way is blocked off. So what we're going to do is you're going to have to walk around here. So up here, this clip's going to be a little bit longer than I wanted it to be, but so you carry on walking, you go through this gate, so you come north and then run east. We're probably going to have to walk now as well, so let's just have a little look at the world map. So what I'm going to want you to do is just follow this path round, walk right down here, go through this gate, past the mining, and then down here where it says hobgoblins, just meet me around here. Right, so here we are. A lot of the monsters here will probably attack you if you are a lower level. Now once you get here, if you walk into this bit here, there's a brass key which you can pick up here. In regards to the brass key, you will need this for later if you want to come back for an easier way to get here. So what we'll do is we'll run down here. There's a ladder which will be your entrance in the future. Now you can see here that someone's killing them in melee gear. Now if you have defense and some decent gear, melee is definitely an option for you. Now what I do, if I was you, depending on your range level and mage level, obviously the best range gear you can buy, this is a free to play setup. If you stand over here, you can actually kill the hill giants without actually taking any damage. Now these drop all sorts of different loots, one of them being a big bone, so each time you get a big bone they're worth quite a bit. A lot of people will save up the big bones. Let's see what we get from our first kill. Obviously the length of the kill will vary on your range level, so we get an iron dagger and big bones. Now depending on yourself, you don't have to pick up the iron dagger. I mean, it's probably not worth a lot, it's worth 4 GP, so I'd probably drop that and just collect big bones. Obviously what we're going to do now, have a little look at that. So they're 257 GP each, so in theory, if you can do sort of 28 in an inventory and you've got yourself some space, 28, let me just work it out, it's about 7k I think. So you get 7k per inventory, and that's without all the other loots. They do drop other stuff as well. Let's hopefully some cosmic runes as well, so it's nice. So from that kill, just from one kill there, we got 500 GP. So these are definitely good, and it's also getting your combat stats up, which will help you once you're a member in the future. These also drop keys, which you can use to kill a boss called Obor. That's for you've got to be a bit more of a higher level to do that, but they do drop rune items. In regards to the brass key, if you don't want to actually get it yourself, you can actually go to the GE and buy it for 237 GP, which is obviously a lot quicker and easier. Now if you were to do that, or after you've done your first run, what will happen is with the brass key, you'll need the brass key to enter this door. And if we just look at the map here, the Grand Exchange is just here, so you'd run down, run west into this door here and down into the dungeon. If you're meleeing them, you can stand anywhere, but like I just showed you, the place where you can mage or range them. It's definitely good money, and probably one of my favourites due to the fact that I like PVM, which is player v monster content, more than skilling. So I hope you enjoyed that video, guys. Obviously there's just a few different methods where you can actually make some decent money and free to play. Some of them are AFK, some of them are a bit more click intensive, but all of them, well most of them anyway, are getting your skills up. So when it does come time for you to become a member, obviously you'll be able to open up some more content, especially with wood cutting. It's probably one that I would advise, and also the crafting method of necklaces. Them two are probably my favourite methods. However, the wood cutting does take a little bit of a grind to actually be able to start doing that. In regards to this video, I hope this did help. Like I said, it is targeted at free to play players and people that don't really know too much about the game, new players. So if you have been playing the game for a while, I understand that this probably didn't help you, but like I said, this video isn't targeted at you, it's targeted at new players. I hope you enjoyed. If this video reaches 5 likes, I'll try and bring out some different money making methods. Maybe if you're a member for an alt account, I'll maybe look into doing that. Well, I hope you enjoyed. Smash the thumbs up and make sure you subscribe for more. Peace.